The views, opinions, and statements expressed on this podcast by the hosts and guests are their own and intended for entertainment and discussion purposes only. They do not reflect the views of any affiliated organizations or brands. This podcast may contain strong language, mature themes, and discussions relating to pop culture, entertainment, and current events. Viewer discretion is advised. All music, visuals, trademarks, and copyrighted materials used remain the property of their respective owners. Enjoy the show.
It's a sweet man.
Did
Did you watch the game?
I watch what?
Yeah,
I watched the game.
all of it,
I didn't watch the whole game. I went to gym, and at gym they got 2 TVs.
of course.
There were cats who were watching the game. We only looked at the TV when they would scream, 1-1. Plus
Penalty.
our one is a penalty.
Yeah, but they tried. They played better than with Mexico.
Why is that always the narrative with us? We tried.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like, if you're a professional at this thing and you are aware that, it's a big sport, there's gonna be world games, continental games, all of these things. Like, why can't you like really be passionate and be so skilled that you're not pressured by, because it's like we always feel sorry for Bafana, like, oh, it's World
Yeah,
Cup,
they like that
it's their-
kid in the family who never like achieve with 5 stars. So when he gets 3, you're like, oh, but that's better than not getting anything.
Exactly. You send the child to like the States, like at least to one America, Papa.
Yes, but shame, man. I think maybe it's because of most of them haven't played abroad. So now they like nervous because they're in the big stage. This is me making excuses because I don't know why they're not performing like professional stars abroad.
I was saying to
Happening.
my brother in the gym, it's like me, I don't know, being called to like freestyle
And we're like,
some of the
"Shabzi
great
tried."
skada. I'm not gonna try, dog. I'm definitely going to murder the thing. I'll be nervous. I'll have all the feelings they
Yeah.
probably had. But even the post question they asked, who scored the penalty? Mokoena.
I think it's the Homokwena.
Mokoena, yes. Mokoena scored the penalty. The way they asked him, hey, how does it feel to, you scored at a World Cup? I play soccer, bro. What are you talking about?
But like compared to we didn't score the past time when we were playing with Mexico, and the reputation that Bafana have.
But the focus was, I'm
So-
struck on scoring a goal at the World Cup. Why, please, man?
You're supposed to do that.
Yes, as you're doing your work. Okay.
We on fire, all night. We on fire.
What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode number 5, right?
Yeah, boo.
I want to get to that point where I just forget the number and feel
Anyway.
proud that we are just consistent and committed,
We are.
Yeah. Me, I'm in a committed relationship, so I know I'm gonna last.
What are you saying about me?
Are you gonna last?
Of course I'm gonna last.
Oh, I'm just
What
checking.
the hell?
What's popping with ShabZi? I'm with my industry friend who's very committed to this cause. Say goes.
Darling, how you doing, ShabZi?
I'm alright, dog. Are you okay, dog?
I'm fine.
Huh?
I'm fine.
I'm seeing they are still hammering you on the socials.
I wanted to apologize, but I'm like, what am I apologizing for?
What? Why?
Y'all can say whatever you want to say. That was my opinion.
But why did you want to apologize?
Because people felt like, we're going to talk about it later, obviously. But
Okay.
people felt like I'm saying a bad guy has a pure heart. And I had so many explanations to actually give, but I was like, I don't have to explain myself. But I'll tell you later.
Later, okay, cool. What's on the starter?
Who's Stogie T?
Oh yes,
Yes, has been trending. A lot
yes.
of hip hop
He
people.
he. It's so funny. Like our last hip hop chat, we were breaking down Casper's beef with people decoding lyrics.
Yes.
Now they are decoding his
His.
lyrics. Stogie.
Yeah.
He had a line for Aries. I think it went, David sent the goat into hiding, the sheep in denial.
I'm gonna be one of those to ask you, what does he mean?
So David, so okay, David, goat, sheep. That's a biblical reference, right?
Okay,
David
David.
and Goliath.
Okay.
Yes, but David is the shepherd. So David, sheep. The goat in this case is Aries, greatest of all time, but then can also be viewed as the place of Goliath, the person that everybody thought would win,
And didn't win.
didn't win in the case of four horsemen in this case, right?
Oh.
Yes, the
That's a
sheep. So Aries' fans, slimes, they are the sheep. Yeah, that sent
oh.
the goat into hiding. Since the release of that track, Aries Arabi phone, and he didn't appear for the music video. Apparently, they wanted them to perform at the Metro, the awards.
Yes. I think it's Zeke Spantini was the
Yes,
director and he spoke
exactly.
about that.
And they couldn't put it together. And maybe this is part of the issue.
Is it because of him? Because of
I don't
Aries?
know. I don't know. It sounds like this could be part of the issue because now Stogie's coming out with the bar and addressing it. But it's very it's coded, like you can say, nah, it's a biblical reference,
Yes, because I was gonna say, how did you guys correlate Aries to this? What if he doesn't is not talking about Aries?
No, at the end of the day, it's rap, right? Rhythm and poetry. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, any rap lines must have poetic elements. And the poetic elements means you must have the entendre, the puns. He's getting us to talk about it, almost using us to help him get a response from Aries. If Aries cares enough, because now everyone is talking about it, he'll respond, right? I think, though, hey, this is a very dangerous territory, man. Like if Stogie's sure about the behind the scenes of making Four Horsemen and he's standing on how it came about, then he might take this. But if there's a level of truth that was not aired for the public, that is the reason why the goat Aries is in hiding. And Aries comes out with also a rap that reveals that truth. I don't know how easy that is going to be for him to respond to. Because Nitty doesn't have back and forth. The truth is the truth, right?
But why do you think Aries never responds to things like this? Never one entertain. He'll obviously collaborate with you, and never entertain beyond that. I
No,
think it's his Stogie T is not the first artist to actually speak about Aries not pitching up, right?
but there's a reason why. He pitches for certain artists,
Yeah,
certain features.
yeah.
He recently did a music video with 25K.
Mhm.
He's on that video. And that video came after Stogie T's music video.
So you're saying there's a reason why he didn't come for Stogie's
It's the
music
only
video?
thing, if I show up to this person's music video and I don't show up to yours, and I'm a person who believes in, PR, let's get the art out there, get myself out there, why wouldn't I show up to your music video? There has to be a reason why.
Yeah, maybe I feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, man. It's the making of that song, man. However it came about.
Do you think it's if I work with you in your project and then later on obviously things happens the way they happen. Now you go out to talk about us or the truth behind our projects without asking me for my truth. Do you think it's some sort of like betrayal?
I don't know. I can talk about how the song came about. You can talk about your perspective of how the song came about
So
or the project.
but isn't it damaging our relationship now? Because I'm not gonna trust you moving forward.
It depends. Am I speaking ill of you? I don't think I am. I'm just speaking about how the song or the project came about. I think the issue is Nasty C, Aries have had a long rivalry, almost like AKA and
In
Casper,
Casper, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it seems as though that beef kind of subsided over time. And Four Horsemen was one of those records that was supposed to get it over the line as far as the piece, like, let's bury the hatchet, let's just rap on a record. And I think, when you put something together like that, you need to put it together delicately. Because now I don't want to look bad, because this might be our final bout,
Yeah.
this peacemaking thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't prepare me the right way to be on this record, which I have my own opinion about that as well. Like,
Hectic.
I will always do my best on a record, whether I know who's featured or not featured. Like, it's just better to go hard, so
Didn't
that
they say Nasty C didn't know that Aries was gonna be there?
Nasty was on the hook of that record.
But he didn't have a
when
verse.
when Aries got the song.
Yeah.
But I don't think Aries initially got the song with Nasty's part on there.
So Reese
I
didn't
think they
know
sent-
that Nasty was
Yeah.
gonna have a verse.
So initially, Stogie sent the beat to Reese,
Mhm.
sent it to Nasty.
Okay.
When he got something from Reese and he got something from Nasty, then he called Nasty and said, hey, by the way, Reese is on the song. Hey, Reese, hey, by the way, Nasty's on the song. But Nasty was on the song in the capacity of a chorus, not a verse.
Not a verse.
Reese was on as a verse. Now, when the song is released, how Nasty is a chorus and a verse. So somewhere there might be part of the tension, the reason why there's tension behind the song.
I understand where Reese is coming from.
I do too.
Because maybe had you told me first, I was gonna write my bars differently if I knew everybody who's on the song.
But you knew Nasty was on though.
He was on a chorus.
Yeah, so but
He was just singing.
why don't you do your best?
So
Why don't you just do your
I
best
did
and
my-
murder everybody?
I think he did his best based on people on the song. It's like you put Casper, well, an AKA on a song, and you don't tell both of them that you actually
No, but
part
I
of the
told
same
both of
song.
them. It's just that
After. And you think Aries did a verse, and then you only told him after, by the way, Nasty's on the song.
then
Why did Nasty now come up with the verse?
wait,
He was just supposed to do the
no
chorus.
problem. Why didn't you say, oh, Nasty's on the record? Send me the beat again.
Well, it's debatable. Speaking of a project that people are collaborating on, Java has
or ATM.
yeah, and
Ruff,
Saudi,
Saudi, Emtee.
Emtee,
Yeah, and
yeah.
Sjava.
What do you think of that? Have you listened to it?
I listened to half.
Yeah.
Sonically, it sounds dope. I
Mhm.
like the first 3 songs. I don't know the names.
Okay.
There's All the Times and there's Ibandla. I think it's Ibandla. Yeah. Sonically, it's dope. It's sounding emo, it's musical as well. Um, Great timing for MT, especially
Oh,
with all
yeah.
that's happening
Mhm.
around him. It sounds like he's speaking broadly about what he's going through.
Mhm.
It kind of makes sense.
Mm.
To see them together is dope. I think producers take notes. Take notes. I think putting together a group project in hip hop is tough because solo artists don't have that in their vision to put it together.
Oh,
I think solo artists want to put out their music, their album. They're happy to collaborate, but I don't think they're happy to take on um, the work of putting a collaborative album together. And I think there's a gap for producers to
to
do
do
that,
that.
to bring the artists together.
Isn't it maybe you suppose, because I believe Ruff has a relationship with all these three artists,
Yes.
and they met even when they started, had a
Yes.
break, obviously working on the individual stuff, came
Yes.
back together.
Yes.
Isn't it only working when you know you have a personal relationship with all the artists?
Yeah, in their case, the history is adding to the sonics of the album and them maintaining the musicality of how they approach the music. But if I'm a producer, I know you, I know this person, and I want to put together an album, I will make it my album. You guys don't have to know each other. You, as the producer, can have a vision to put an album like that together.
Okay.
Be like, hey, listen, I need you on these records. I'll give you 5 records. And you do your part, verse, hook on this one, verse here, little here, little here. Then I take it, I'm like, okay, cool. You're gonna fill in the gaps. Then I take it and then I add other features, but get a collaborative album between Segos and Shabs. But me as the producer, I put it together.
Because I have my vision.
Yes, because I don't think artists are into collaborative albums. I don't think they'll want to put something like that together themselves. I just think it's an idea for producers. Like if you have relationships with artists and those artists you're able to make them be on one song or one album together, especially where the people want to see that happen, make it happen. Because the artists aren't making it happen like they used to.
Something interesting I saw and read about is they recorded the album in 3 different places:
You see?
Mpumalanga, Joburg, and I can't remember Drankersburg or the third place. And I was thinking about the environment when we record songs. How important does
Mm.
that influence your music?
Were they together in
I
all the different places?
don't know.
Yeah. Look, man, today it's not very easy to be together.
Mm.
Um, if someone wants me on a song and they're from Durban, I'm recording it here in
And
Johannesburg,
sending it to them.
sending it
Okay,
back.
let's assume they together. How important it is for you as an artist to change locations when you do like a body of work? Does it influence the way you write music? Like, can you hear a song that was written when you were in Mahikeng and then you were in LA? Can you tell the difference?
You can't tell the difference, but I think that's um, a lyrical difference. If you mix the song in LA or you mix the song in
It
Johannesburg,
doesn't matter.
I don't know that you can listen and be like, they mixed this in Jones.
Because I always hear artists like being specific. You know, I was in Canada when I recorded this, and I came to South Africa. You will be able to hear and I'm like, but I'm not hearing anything.
No, man, unless I'm like, yo, picked up a hot dog on the side of the road in LA and da da da.
Train.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, okay, they were in LA when they made this record. But it doesn't matter. I don't think artists want to move around actually when they're putting together an album. They want to be one place, comfortable, have all that they need to put together that album. But otherwise, nah.
And in terms of South African trap music, um, do you think it's the right time? Because there's a lot now in terms of like different genres, like amapiano, like likompo, and so many. Do you think it's the right time for them to come back with South African trap? Do you think it's gonna do well?
Them.
Because they had that right sound before,
Mm.
and then they took a break. They came back now, reintroducing the sound.
Man, people need to define to me what trap is. Because I think for me it changes and people keep telling me different meanings, but it doesn't sound like a trap album so far.
According to you, what's the meaning of a trap music? Before we put South Africa in there, what's the meaning of trap music?
Okay, I think trap, they took it from the States. Like
Yeah.
trap is people who are having to do illegal activities to survive, right? That's trapping. If someone says
Yes.
we trapping, that's what I envision them to mean, right? Now putting that into the music, you're documenting
Your
that
illegal
part.
activities.
No, you're documenting your way of surviving life. It's not about the illegal activities. It's about documenting, like, hey, it's a tough life we're living. You know, if we had it our way, I wouldn't be trapping, but I am. So in that world, there's not just the illegal activities, there's the lingo, the way we speak in code, you know, and all of that. But I don't know that it's a trap album. Like, it's hip hop
But okay. Yeah, I had a different definition.
definition. I mean, speak on it. Maybe you might enlighten me.
No, Emtee is my perfect example when it comes to trap.
But what song do you listen to and you're like, this is trap music?
I think it's how, for an example, 2 Chainz rap.
No, man.
How Emtee raps as well. I can't explain it. It's like, if you catch a nigga sober, like not how MCs flow. That's
Okay.
how I understood trap in my head.
Okay, but
Or
now
maybe that's how I made it up.
I
in my
get
head.
you. I get you. But now you're speaking about artists prioritizing making the music as opposed to rapping like an MC, like you're saying.
Yes, yes. I know even though you once said it, because sometimes you need to have like a commercial song and then be an MC again. But in my head, ne, hey Gary, this is a trap artist. That's why I will talk about your 2 Chains, I'll talk about Future, I'll talk about, but I'll never think of Snoop Dogg, for an example, singing, rapping trap. You know, I'll think of Emtee as a trap artist, but I won't think of ShabZi as a trap artist because I'm thinking, okay, there are MCs, there are rappers, and then there are trap musicians or artists. That's how I thought about it.
Hey, man. Hey, man. The ATM, right? It stands for African Trap Music.
Yes.
Man, it's the name of the group as well. You should listen to like the first 5 songs. I don't know if I'm listening to trap. It sounds like a very melodic, emo kind of album so far. I haven't listened to the rest of it, but I don't know how to be like, yeah, that's trap.
But then you did say it's their life experiences.
Yes, and
which is what they're talking about there. So why can't you relate it to trap?
Because I can speak about my life experience. Does that mean it's trap?
No, but like that. Okay, how do you define it? Okay, this one is talking about life experience in trap.
If the life experience is about that world, that
which world?
illegal way of living world.
So
The
if
life
I'm doing,
in there.
Okay, ShabZi,
Yes.
if I'm doing illegal activities and I'm putting it in the music, that's how you define trap. Because I want you to be as simple as like you explaining it to somebody who's not into the music industry.
Yeah, surviving that world, bringing that life into the music. That's how I view.
Then would you say T.I. is a trap artist? Because he
not anymore. If I'm basing it on that definition, if I'm basing it on that definition. However, trap for them was a sonic thing as well. Like sonically, the music sounds a certain way. Do you get me?
Yeah, who get that?
Let's move to the next starter, yo.
Jub Jub got arrested.
Yes, okay. I didn't follow this. What happened?
Okay. I don't want us to even speak about the whole story, but he got arrested for kidnapping because he suspected his girlfriend to be cheating with an Uber driver. Now he kidnapped the Uber driver and accused of pointing something that looks like, or an object that looks like a firearm. And that's how he got arrested. On Youth Day, he got released on bail. One, people were joking,
On Youth
obviously.
Day,
Mm,
released.
mm. Certainly. One, people were joking, like, dude, you've been looking for cheaters for Uyajola 99 countries. You out here with a cheater. Hi, bro.
Hey, don't kidnap me,
Okay.
dog. Me, I won't save you, dog. I
Yo.
can't bail you out on Youth Day.
I want you to just share just your thoughts in, especially people who've been to prison, come back, and you think they were rehabilitated, but they then do something that will bring them back to prison. What do you think of those stars who just think they beyond the system? It's like Shebe
It's-
Shit, for an example.
Yes.
He had a second chance, right?
Mm.
And then before we knew it, he's back again because he did other things that he was doing before
But what's the process of rehabilitation
in prison.
in our prisons?
Okay, that's
You
yeah.
know, like, is it psychological? Is it spiritual? Is it holistic? You know, I don't know. I think when I think of prison in our prisons and some of the stories you hear, it just seems like cats go in there and they just chilling all day. Like back into your cell during the day,
You go
it's
into your
time to
room,
eat,
basically.
but it's survival. People are in cliques, groups. You know, you better be in a clique to survive your time in there. You know, I don't know that it's focused on renewing the person that enters the prison once they leave. I don't think it's designed that way.
Okay, so basically, prison is just a pause. I'll be back. Not
Hey,
necessarily.
you might
other
come back
things.
harder, bro. You might come back and be able to kidnap people. I'm just saying, like, rehabilitation, Sauda, prison. Nah, yo, I don't know,
They're
man.
not doing enough to.
Yeah, like, we are all. Do you want to go to prison? You see what I'm saying? Like, would you like to go to therapy though?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, therapy is
So are you saying if
therapy is a
someone.
form of rehab as well, right? But you don't mind paying that a visit. Prison, hey, no. If we saw examples of people leaving prison and being better people, and they're actually succeeding at being better, and there's examples of that, there might be individuals who might look at prison as like, hey, maybe let me check myself in there for a year so that I can come out, give it
Rehabilitated.
exactly and be solid.
Okay, speaking of cheaters, the Polygamist was trending.
Hey, that one is
Still
going
trending
ham.
even now.
Yeah.
Let's break down
Jonasi.
Jonasi. You said something interesting. You said all these characters contributed to Jonasi's chaos. When we
When did I
spoke
say
on
this?
Monday,
When did I say this?
ShabZi, when we spoke on Monday
Privately.
privately, you said
Uh,
all these roles, all these characters, AC, Joyce, Lindani, Matipa, all these four women, obviously, and kids being involved, mothers-in-laws and stuff, are contributing to Jonas's
they enabled that man, though.
chaos. Let's start with AC.
Like,
AC, the second wife. How is she doing that?
firstly, us identifying Jonasi as a monster and he's got a problem and an issue, For me, that's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It's very obvious. Us only discussing that is the reason why some of these issues are going to continue in South Africa, the world, globally, because we are ignoring parts that contribute to the issue.
Okay.
Firstly, Essie knew Jonasi to be a womanizer. Hey, why do you keep doing this to these girls? You are there at the back handling one girl, your other girl is coming to see Jonasi. You have an excuse in saving Jonasi
Mm.
and contributing to his behavior at a young age.
Maybe she was hoping he will change because that's what he said.
Oh, he'll change. He'll change.
I'm thinking that's why she gave him the money. She thought
Gave
if,
him the
if
money for what? To
to
go
go
to
to
school.
varsity. Yes, maybe she thought if this guy goes to maybe he's a womanizer because he's bored. Maybe when he gets to varsity, he'll elevate
Please,
his,
man.
he'll
Essie
upgrade
loved
his.
Jonasi too, man.
He did.
And
She
and
did.
part of the reason why she gave him the money is because of that. How Jonasi was able to make her feel special, seen. And if you compare, it's bad. But if you compare how Jonasi treated Essie in those early stages to Essie dating that gangster. Remember, Essie
Yeah.
was with a gangster,
Yeah.
a driver.
With a gun.
Exactly. The difference between the two men.
Okay. Her
Jonasi's
choice.
better.
Her
They
choice is
they
a,
they both evil, but Jonasi's
that's
better.
true. Her
That's the
choice.
best Essie knows.
Shame. Yeah. Her choice in men. And then Joyce, how would you say Joyce really enabled? Because I think she symbolizes what begezela means when it comes to marriage. When people say, "Oh, umuntu begezela" in the
Hey,
marriage, how do you think Joyce really contributed to this?
sticking around, man. When her gut told her this isn't what she imagined the marriage to be. Now, the first few times when you're forgiving this man, because initially Jonas is the one who wanted a divorce, right? Even had the papers and all of that. She ended up signing them. And then Jonasi kind of came back,
Yeah,
right?
changed his mind.
Yes. Um, which I feel is also a play on her emotions. Now you're feeling like this man who wanted to leave you is choosing you again, right? I feel her giving it a go again there is fair enough, is human enough. I can accept that. But everything else that happened after that, you're now becoming part of the problem where this man's not gonna change. It's just gonna get worse, you know. Look, people will be hurt, the kids will be hurt if you separate and all of that. But it's a better path.
Would you what kind of a parent would you say Joyce is? Because I think sometimes I don't know if it was her being in denial, but she kept on saying, for the sake of the kids, I want the kids to obviously be with their father and be with me. Um, how would you define her kind of parenting?
If it's for the sake of the kids can still have access to the father, the kids can still have access to the mother, but you don't need to be around this chaos because being there is just affecting everybody the way that it played out in the series. There is no perfect journey in this case. I think cases like this is worst case scenario. You're really picking the best route that has the best outcome for you guys long term. But sticking around that,
Mm. if then she says, because when we had Gugu Gumedo on the radio show yesterday, it's like, yeah, but she ended up getting her revenge by killing him,
Who, Joyce?
Joyce,
Yeah.
right? And I was like,
But what are we saying? Are we saying killing is okay?
no, but maybe you can find a way to get your own revenge as a person. Maybe that's how you're going to heal.
Revenge is
I'm
how you're going to
asking.
heal.
Yes.
I don't think you live with yourself in peace, knowing that your contribution to something is death. I don't think you live with yourself in peace, man. There's no peace there. We can lie all we want. Like, if you love someone
Mm,
and you hurt them, you feel good about that.
no.
It doesn't feel great. That's just hurting them emotionally.
Depending if I was intentional about the hurting. See now, if I'm intending to say, yo, I've been in the relationship with you for a very long time. You've been betraying me over and over and over again. Right now, I'm
Sounds
take
like
matters to my
sounds
hand.
sounds like you needed an excuse to be a monster. You stuck around with the monster because you also want to see how much of a monster you are. You're staying and staying. Like, you're not telling yourself, yo, I can't be around this. Because if I'm around this long enough, I become.
Some people choose peace. Some choose, listen, if you go low, I go lower. Some would say, if you go low, I excuse myself.
I'm
I'm
saying
Michelle Obama.
I'm saying guys, choosing peace is not easy. It takes a lot of character. It takes a lot of introspection. It takes a lot of calm. It takes a lot of strength to choose peace and walk away. Like, people look down on that the same way they look down on people who are kind, right? And mistake their kindness for weakness. I think responding with vengeance is easier than choosing peace. It's easier because you're feeling so much pain, and the only way to get recourse for that pain is revenge. You taking it on your hands.
Mm.
Fine, Jonasi is a monster, and his actions made you respond that way. You don't have control of your emotions then. You're also a monster. You're you're a dog that if we go like, you're gonna bite me because I'm taunting you.
Mm.
I'm not saying my actions are right as Jonasi, but yours aren't either.
Let's speak about Jonas's brother, which is
My
what
gosh.
my gosh, which is what I tweeted about.
Uh-huh.
Right. I
Hey, you
said,
trending, eh? You famous, eh? Since you got on this show, you became somebody, guys.
what in the hell?
Guys, we put people on here, Joe.
Thank you for putting me on, ShabZi. Can we move on? I tweeted saying Magesh sacrificed his life so much
Mm-hmm.
because of loyalty to his brother,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the fact that he just, the way he was so loyal and he felt like he owes him, he forgot about himself.
Mm.
And he just catered to him, everything, whatever. And I'm gonna save your kids. I'm gonna save whatever mess so that you're the one
Part of the
who looks
problem.
good.
Part of the problem.
He is
Part of the problem.
unintentionally, right?
I know. These are adults we're giving excuses to, guys.
Yes, but remember, Magesh is not a friend. This is Magesh's biological brother
Yes.
that he's trying to be there for.
Mm-hmm.
What does that make him as a sibling? What would you do if your brother does things that you know are going to compromise not just him, but also the family business? Aren't you going to save your brother?
How is the truth gonna compromise the business?
If he was gonna come out to say, hey, SE, for an example, this is
The
what
business.
J&J, remember Joyce is also part of the business, right?
And Joyce did not want to sign the papers because, hey, I also built this. J&J.
That's true. I don't know if you remember when Magesh stood up against Jonas, he was fired at J&J.
But Makesh,
When he went to work, he couldn't get in the
Makesh,
building.
part of your loyalty is because you did not want to get to that firing moment. The firing moment is because at that point you were ready for it. You said enough is enough. To you, you reached a place in your life where you're like, aye, it's fine, I'm fired.
But ShabZi, if somebody has been there for you, um, for an example, as Magesh, somebody took you out of poverty initially when you started. How,
It's not an excuse to involve me in your immoral behavior.
but then if that person says, but you owe me,
And the way I am paying you back is working for you.
waiting for you, meaning covering up certain mess that you're creating. Is it
At
fine?
J&J, but I'm not covering up your immoral activities outside of work.
At J&J, there were still immoral activities in there where you took my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, remember Magesh was dating Matipa.
That's before they were dating.
Before Jonas was dating Matipa,
Wait.
Magesh.
Am I Jonasi here? I took your girlfriend. You're my
Yes,
guest.
I'm being Magesh.
Okay.
Yes, we are role playing. Yes, I was dating Matipa. You came in and you took Matipa away from me. And you know very well, I can't tell Matipa what's going on because Matipa knows I'm married because I'm protecting you. I'm playing husband to your second wife so that your other wife doesn't know that you have a second wife.
I'm saying
Now I have to compromise myself. Where does that place me? Where unkutlwela botlhoko leng as your brother?
I won't as Jonasi. Like
Would you say
you
you're selfish
you are
then?
a pawn on my chessboard. You must play your role. If I'm Jonasi and you are rolling over like that, I'm going to squeeze that up until I'm king.
Then how do you define you as a brother?
Jonasi.
Yes. What kind of a brother are you as Jonasi?
A very toxic and hurt brother.
Hurt by what?
I think people like Jonasi, you don't end up like that by mistake, man.
What
know?
makes you to get to that position? Because also him and Magesh grew up in the same household. But how does one turn out to be this evil when they were raised by the same parents, they in the same household?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That backstory they did not give us.
True.
So it's very hard for me to point out the nuances that might contribute to Jonas's behavior. But okay, let's use the adult. Someone who's feeling like it's not enough, I need more. It's not enough, I need more. Sounds like someone who never got the attention they feel they deserve
From who?
from whoever they love dearly. I don't know if that's the parents. That's why I'm saying we're going in blind at this point, which I feel you're raising good points. There's a piece where the foundations contribute to the monster. Then there's a piece where evil is evil. Like there's light, there's darkness. And I think some human beings are here on earth to contribute to the dark. I genuinely do. I think that. I'm only saying that because I can't attribute what Jonasi lacks all to his foundation. No, I can't give that to the parents. You know?
Mm.
My parents are not perfect, but I
Yeah.
turned out the way I turned out because some part of that growth needs me to choose who I am and not
Okay.
always wait for them to decide my fate.
Mm.
So there's just that other piece where I feel, hey, that's a tormented soul, and maybe they are here to be that.
To be tormented.
Yeah, they're here to torment other souls.
Okay. People were saying, but I dated Jonasi. You know, my
People were
husband.
relating.
Yeah, there's one lady who is in a reality show. I can't remember the name of reality show. Just like my husband was Jonasi, and I was like, can't like in real life men like this? How does a man get to that level of just being greedy and wanting power? What gets a person to that level and just not caring about anybody? I think he got to a point where he doesn't care about his kids, he doesn't care about wives, he doesn't care about anybody but just himself.
Yo, man, it's a tormented soul, man. Part of it, yo, man, these guys enabled Jonasi, man. They added to that monster, man. They made that monster what it is. You know, like everyone contributed, man, including Makesh, man. Like if you're gonna be a solid brother in loyalty, in this and that, be solid in the morality as well, and be okay with your fate. You know, as far as your relationship with your brother. Because if you saw when he accepted his when he finally chose to accept his fate, Jonasi ended up coming back anyway. Because you start to realize, you know, your brother is not educated, but he was solving problems in that company. And you're either recognizing that after he's gone, or you always knew you're just doing the whole, let
Taking
me fire
advantage.
you because you are hoping he'll beg for the job back, which keeps you in this, I have the power, you know, because he needed Makesh to continue being the brother he was even outside of the company. Jonasi had people who enabled him close to him. If I called you, hey baby, I'm coming home and you're mad at me today, what did Jonasi end up doing? Did he come home? No, he called the next better enabler. Oh, okay, this one's gonna accept me. You know?
Mm.
I mean, even in the end, man, and it is what it is, it's emotions, right? Like you end up having empathy for Matiba. But Matiba, you're also part of the problem, bro. You literally
Yeah.
looked at an image of the family. Oh, you have a beautiful family. Like you are also a monster.
She is.
You're evil as well.
She is.
Ah, yeah,
She
yeah, yeah.
is. Your thoughts on Lindani, the last woman who was involved with Jonasi? Obviously, she's very young. Um, what are your thoughts on her as a character?
Ah, man, you caught Jonasi at the end of his playbook, you know, when he was getting weak.
Do you think she was part of the karma for Jonasi? When Jonasi was struggling and she was there to actually be, wena, I'm not gonna listen to you. Cook for yourself. And don't bore me.
Nah, man, I think karma for Jonasi was inevitable. But that girl needed to feel and be that. Because look at her everyday life. She was serving people. And
Mm.
most likely you're serving people who are drunk, that looking at you like you're nothing. You know, like being at the burbs, nice crib, and it's like you're in charge, and this weak man who has the money that you need to live the way you're living is a moment for you to have some power.
Would you say she was a victim based on she was raised
No,
in
she's not a
she was
victim.
raised by a mom in a tavern who made her believe that the way to get a man, obviously, you have to dress a certain way. You have to serve men like this from an early age. She was never taught to just be a baby girl. So would you say her background influenced her choices when it comes to obviously being with
Was the
men
mom
like
like
you?
that?
Her mom was like that.
I don't know, man. I don't. I don't know if she's a victim because Lindani had examples of good people in her life.
Who?
The initial boyfriend.
That's true.
Oh, it's true.
I'm asking.
Yes, and Mpume was a friend.
Yeah,
They were friends.
they were friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't a toxic friend.
I think with Mpumi, she wanted the life that Mpumi had. She wished her family was like Mpumi's family.
Yeah, but it's not an excuse not to see that somebody's good to you, right? It's not an excuse. And also, who's the? I think his real name is Wanda.
Which one?
The Mpume's brother,
Oh yeah, Menzi.
Menzi.
Yeah,
He's
Menzi
also,
wanted her
but he's also an example of
good
a good
person.
dude.
I get that. Which
I'm saying,
later
mhm,
we realize Menzi is turning to be more like his father.
yes, and Lindani is bending it over, and we know why. We know why.
Do you have a character that you would say this is a good person? If it was in real life, the polygamist, do you have a character that you say, shame, you stood on your principles, whatever you believe in, you really stood on that. And you were not influenced by money, you were not influenced by the environment around you.
Matiba's mother.
Mm. Beside her, no one.
Aye.
You don't think
Look, the kids are innocent as well.
you don't think Mbumi was a good person?
No, I think Mpume was a little bit too self-righteous, man. She was too self-righteous at some point. It's like, oh man, chill out, yo. Like,
Stop. Oh,
and she's a victim though, right? Like she's also a kid. Like I empathize with her. However, like, yeah, the kids are victims, man. The real
before
victims.
okay, before we wrap it up, Sarah. Remember Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah was Magesh's daughter.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Let's talk about her. A lot of people are annoyed by her, and she kept
Tried to
on saying,
kiss
"You
my
gotta say
gosh.
cry for help." You know, she stole Mpumi's boyfriend,
Yes.
tried to kiss
Out
Magesh.
of frustration though, the Mpumi's boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
How do you get out of frustration to steal somebody's? Because Mpumi didn't do anything to her. So why would you be frustrated to take your half sister's boyfriend?
Hey man,
How do you cry for help in there? I'm trying to connect that.
because you're needing people to recognize your pain. And sometimes the only way to do that is to inflict pain.
But if you check, Mpumi has always given her attention, has always recognized her. The person that wasn't as a friend, obviously, because she didn't know
That's what I'm saying.
that's a sister.
So I'm saying that was her need. Her need wasn't to be recognized as a friend. She probably had friends there in the hood,
Hmm.
you know.
In terms of kissing her father, how do you connect her cry for help to wanting to kiss her father? Because if you think about it, the father came, gave her the laptop, I think, and she said, I want you to help me and show me how to use it. Obviously, it was her way to keep her father,
Mm.
for longer. And then she sat on her father's lap and tried to kiss the father. I'm gonna ask you something about Magesh on that scene.
She's been chasing for her father's love, which she didn't receive. Ne? Later, she figured out that, okay, cool, Makesh has love for me, right? Um, I feel the only way she thought she could show gratitude was that
Through
leaning out for the
body.
kiss. I don't think she, nervous system wise, genuinely believes that, but after so much rejection from your real father, and you're seeing how your father behaves, how he is, maybe the only way to appreciate
A
a
man
man is to
is
give
to offer
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
What made me to tweet, ne?
Uh-huh.
It was that scene.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, I don't think if Jonasi was on the same position as Magesh, when a child, I'm saying a child very loosely, was trying to kiss him, I don't think he was going to react like that, especially when he knows it's not his daughter.
You think Jonasi was gonna go ahead
Yes. No. I said Magesh really had pure intentions because the way he reacted, he said, "Ah, when?" You know, and immediately after that, he did not get mad at Sarah. He became
Oh,
I
yes,
literally
yeah,
saw a father there who was
yes.
just mad and could
He reached
see
out
the
to Essie.
results of like these parents who are not giving the child attention, and then went to Essie to say, look at what you're doing now. Sarah tried to kiss me, right? Then I tried to place Jonasi in there. I was saying he has pure intentions because of things like that in the thinging. And people are like, are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying
Magesh is not a good person. You can't even
no.
use that.
The problem with Makesh is he chose a moral code when he was put in a corner, and it's a moral code he has. I'm saying there were moments where it was convenient to ignore the moral code because the pressure isn't on you.
Okay.
It's not like Sarah trying to kiss you. Now the pressure's on you. So now you feel the need to bring out that moral code. Joyce really begging you to help her out. I've had enough. Now the pressure's on you. You bring out the moral code. Other moments where the pressure isn't entirely on you and the moral code could still help the situation, you could not bring it up. And that's my issue with Makesh. Why he's part of the problem is that you knew what was right and you did not enforce the law. And you had the power to because you are the brother.
Mm.
Really? Like,
Let's flip the script. It
okay.
didn't happen. I'm just thinking about it. What do you think Jonasi was gonna do if he was in Magesh's position?
With Sarah. Oh, that's the monster, bro. That's the monster. The monster's kissing, boy. The monster's like, God, I've been waiting for this. What took you so long?
Damn.
If Jonasi was my cash, but a biological child, I don't know if Jonasi is doing that, eh?
No. I think the only thing that stops Jonasi from touching Boom is because he knows this is my biological child.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I
yeah,
think.
and it doesn't serve his
Otherwise,
ego, nothing. It doesn't give him the boost. No. Ah,
okay.
Jonasi.
Your message to sisters who are dating Jonasi is, and keep on begezeling like Joyce.
My message to everybody, men and women.
Let's start with the sisters. We'll go to everybody.
Okay, the man you choose to be with is a reflection of the love you have for yourself.
That's why I don't want to speak bad about my exes, because I'm like, now I'm mocking my choices. Mm. And then message to everybody,
Hey man,
to my gashes. I've been my gash before,
if you're a Makesh,
because sometimes you are blinded by your loyalty. You know, if this person is my sibling or is my family member, and I can see what you're doing is not right, and I speak to you privately, but I'm not really.
guys, if you're a Makesh, it's okay to have morals and stand by them and lose people in your life or lose certain connections or be distant from certain people for having those morals. It's not easy to be somebody with moral codes. It comes with that. And you have to be okay with having less in your life for being that kind of a person. Like, just live your truth. And the ones who look, people in our lives are not perfect. The ones who still stick around appreciate you having that moral code. They need that from you to help guide some of their decisions. And the ones who fall off, they're going to be a problem for you anyway. Like, don't blind loyalty is not love, guys. It's not love. I'd rather you be loyal to me and still tell me the truth.
And we get mad at each other.
It's fine. But you're loyal and you're enabling behaviors that aren't right. You're not my real friend. You're not my real brother. You're not my real anything. You know, you're just part of the problem.
There's no dessert.
Be safe out there. Don't be a polygamist. Be yourself.
Don't be Jonas.
Love yourself. That's the show. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, click the notification bell. We're here every week. We are committed. We're staying here. We're giving you the truth. We're
I'm
giving
not
you live
going
and direct.
anywhere.
You're not going nowhere. She's not with Jonasi. She's with ShabZi. We love y'all. Peace. We out.